I'm hoping someone could help me figure out what's going on with my prints on my Ender 3 Pro. I'm using Cura 4.2.1 for my slicer, using the default profile settings for the Ender 3 that it has. I do have my hot end set to 200 degrees Celsius and my bed to 50 degrees Celsius. I'm using Hatchbox white PLA filaments. The filament seems to measure approximately 1.75 millimeters in diameter almost everywhere I test it. So the filament diameter seems consistent. So here's what's going on. I've got my macro lens on my camera, so I'm hoping we can get some more details, extrapolate some data as to what's going on here. When it prints, it's currently going in the zigzag pattern, so like that, and it's very ridgy. Now I have calibrated my extruder to the best of my abilities. When I set it to do 100 millimeters of filament to pull through, it is doing very, very close, if not dead on to that. There's also some problems if I go over here. There's a little hole in this design, and when it goes from one hole to the other, it is a symmetrical design. It's dragging the hot end through the print right here. I think we can see that. And I was told I should change the combining settings to not in skin. That is currently enabled. I've been told to try using Z-Hop. I've tried Z-Hop and it doesn't seem to fix this issue. I've only set the Z-Hop to 0.02 millimeters before. If I use Z-Hop, I get little zits, as you might call them, on spaces where it Z-Hops from, so that kind of, has its own problems. And then this is one layer that's printing on top of the next. I'm aware this might be over extrusion, but I'm not entirely sure. Now here's the thing. I'm very. I think it's a Cura setting because when I print the default profiles or the default designs that come with the Ender 3, like the dog, it comes out perfect. So I don't believe it's a bed leveling issue. I've leveled the bed a ton of times. I just cleaned out the hot end. So the hot end's got a bunch of stuff cleaned out on it. So I got a brand new nozzle on there as well. I've got a Capricorn Bowden tube. I made sure to put the Bowden tube in, unscrew the nozzle, put it in a little further, and then screw the nozzle a little tighter onto the Bowden tube, make sure it's got a really good seal there. I've got the aluminum extruder on this end. I've got the orange springs for the bed leveling, and I've tried leveling out this thing as best I can. I don't have an auto leveler. Going back to the print here, I'm printing on a raft because skirts and brims, they work okay, but I figured I would try and use a raft and see if that helped anything. Apparently not. I can see little bubbles and stuff, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe the filaments is the issue. I'm aware even if it has a good diameter, if there's any sort of moisture in the filament that can cause bubbling up at the hot end and then cause inconsistencies like this. I've read on Amazon people have been having problems with the white filament from Hatchbox with the PLA. I don't know if that's what I'm experiencing here. I do have some red filament, but I don't remember having problems like this. I have improved my stringing problem by cleaning out the hot end area and reseating the Bowden tube a little better. But any help would be greatly appreciated because I'm just at a loss at this point.